Happy Wednesday, y'all. No, happy Thursday when you're seeing this. Maybe I need to stop saying the days that this is recording. It confuses me, so I know it confuses you guys. But we don't have a lot of time because today is Wednesday, April the 2nd, 2025. And time is not on my side. We got some gnarly storms that I thought was just going to go north of us. Everything looked really good. And I was like, okay, whew, I know. 15 minutes ago, I had to make me some coffee. It says, okay, y'all, watch me burn myself. And it's a Lippy thing. Well, 15 minutes ago, I looked at the radar and I said, well, where'd you come from? And it's got this little tail. And it's getting wider. I said, okay, we got to rethink this. Because I was going to take my time. I'm going to actually go to the garden. I said, no, we need to make a pound cake. And I've got some navy beans with ham cooking. I got to make a cornbread. So I got to rush all of this. Because y'all, if a bird pees on the wire, we lose power. I'm just going to be honest with you. So what it looks like now in radar, we probably going to lose power. So that said, make a pot of coffee, get this pound cake going because many of you asked for this recipe. Now this is my Aunt Hazel's recipe. It's just an old-fashioned pound cake, but I will say, it is perfect for Easter, and Easter's coming up. But two, don't come at me, but this recipe takes 6 eggs. And I know eggs are high dollar. So just take the recipe, I'll leave it in the description, and save it when eggs are more affordable. Or if you guys that have chickens like I do, chickens are laying strong early spring, then maybe you can spare 6 eggs. So just know that this is a fantastic recipe, but you might not be able to make it for Easter for your family. Just put it up, archive it, and then when you can get 6 eggs, make it. I promise you, you will love it. So I'm going to stir my pot. I actually picked this big KitchenAid mixer up that most of y'all know sits in that corner because the lighting, it's very dark and gloomy. So I'm trying to get as much lighting as I can. So I'm going to turn the camera. It's kind of a dump and go, but not really. But it's so simple, so easy to follow. And I'm pretty sure y'all have every ingredient. Preheat your oven to 325. This is not a cold bake. I know some recipes, you put it in, then you turn your oven on. This is 325 preheated. I will be using my bundt pan that we will spray heavy. I mean like heavy. May even put a little flour in there because you don't want it to stick, but I got a trick for that too. Now in my mixing bowl, I have 3 sticks of salted butter. If you were going to use unsalted, we'll be adding salt. And when we get to that step, I'll tell you. But you need this butter softened. I pulled it out at 4 a.m. this morning. It's 11 o'clock in the afternoon. 3 sticks. Yes, I know it's a lot. That's a cup and a half is what you're going to need. We're going to get this creaming on low. I've got the butter over here creamed, so we're going to stop there for right now. In this bowl, I have 3 cups of all-purpose flour. So if you were going to use unsalted butter, this is when you would add a half a teaspoon of salt. I'm using salted butter, so I'm omitting the salt, but I will leave that in the description. But in here, I've got 3 cups of all-purpose flour. To that, I'm going to add a teaspoon of baking powder. About like that. Okay, we're gonna get this mixed very, very well. All right, we're gonna set that aside. In this bowl, I have 3 cups of granulated sugar. You see that I have well blended those 3 sticks of butter. And we have got to cream these together a good 2 to 3 minutes on low. It's been creaming 2 to 3 minutes, and we're gonna add our eggs, 1 egg at a time, just till the yolk breaks. All right, we're almost there. Last egg, and we're gonna let this combine and mix about 2 minutes. Start adding our flour and our whole milk. Now we're gonna be alternating the flour and the milk. I'm gonna add the first cup of flour. And what I like to do is cover. Now if you have a cover for your mixer, use it, but I like to put just a hand towel so the flour doesn't go everywhere. Perfect. A little bit of our 1 cup of milk, about a half a cup. I'm gonna add the other cup of flour and make a mess. And if you notice, I'm still on just the low speed. We're gonna crank it up to number 2 once we get all this incorporated. A little bit more milk. Okay, I like to go in and scrape down again. The rest of the milk. The rest of our, and some on the counter. Don't y'all love Lippy videos? We've got it well and combined. Now we've got to add some flavoring. This is pure vanilla extract. I'm adding 2 teaspoons. And I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of lemon extract. A little bit more, you can even do equal parts. There we go. It gives it a flavor that makes you think, what am I tasting? But the combination of them 2 is delicious. Now, if you want to use almond extract, that's fine. This is where we're gonna start on a number 1. And I've moved it to a number 2 for 2 minutes. Now this is key. 2 minutes on a number 2. We're gonna drop it to a number 1, and we want it to blend just like this, 8 to 10 minutes. Yes, 8 to 10 minutes. In the meantime, we will get our pan sprayed. I've got it well sprayed, and this is what I'm using. Y'all look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? And I do like to turn my pan, because the one thing you don't want to do to a pound cake is level it out like you would do a regular cake. You know how you can bounce it on the counter, takes all the air pockets out. That'll make it too dense. In the oven, preheated 325. Don't bounce your cake. Put it in, hour and a half, 90 minutes. This is what I wanted to show you. This is a cold dish towel, just under cold water. And if you lay that dish towel over there, it shocks the pan and it will release. Just a hair right here. That to me is a beautiful pound cake. It is cool sitting on the cake stand. And here is that boo-boo. But it doesn't change the taste. Now here, that's all crusty. That's what I love about this recipe. It's got that crunch. I'm gonna try to get up close. Look at that. Can you see? It springs back. It is not doughy. And now what Lippy's been waiting for. There's something about the crust. It is, I like that difference of texture. It's got that little crust and then it's tender. I got my fresh cup of coffee. Here we go. You do not taste that lemon, but you taste something. I want to show y'all the inside. I just cut a piece out of the inside. Can y'all see that? It's spongy. See how it'll come back? To me, and I've tried a lot of other pound cakes, but nothing like this one, guys. It's, there's just no words except you need 6 eggs. Now, if you had 5 extra large, okay, or a good large, mine are a medium, some large eggs, you know, it varies medium to large. But that's the main expense is your 6 eggs and of course 3 sticks of butter. And the reason why I use all butter is because I don't use the Crisco. If you are a baker and you like to use the Crisco, you could then do 2 sticks of softened butter and a 1/2 cup of Crisco. But I use, because my Aunt Hazel used to use the Crisco and I didn't use that. So, which ends up being a 1.5 cups, 2 sticks of butter and a 1/2 cup of Crisco. So I made it 3 sticks of butter across the board and it works every time. So that is my Aunt Hazel's pound cake. And I hope I did justice on the video for all of you that asked. I believe it was 2 weeks ago. And I said, well, I got to make a pound cake because I'll make this. And once it gets room temperature, because it's got a little bit of warmth to it, I will set it on the table. And whoever comes over, if the neighbors, the grandkids, or whomever, I have something sweet to offer them with the coffee. But I promise you, this cake is gone in a week. And I'm not going to say that it's just Buddy and I that finishes it off. Well, sometimes we do half if the kids ain't coming, and we send the other half to work, but it's finished. Because if we left the whole thing here, it's my guilty pleasure, because it's not overly sweet. So, hope you give it a try. And I'm taking my coffee, taking my cake, and I'm going to go sit on the back porch and pray the storms don't come. But as always, stay safe, stay well, and God bless. Recipe in the description.